Hey, who screen say iPhone? Who is that? Everybody look at your screen name and the one that say iPhone. Let me know who you is so I know that you're not.
I think I just inboxed you. That's my cousin Mikey that just joined. Michaela.
Okay.
It should say Mikey though, is her name.
Well, you only say iPhone when you talk.
Oh. Let me see if she on here yet.
So
Oh
iPhone
yeah, oh yeah,
182.
yeah. Her says Mikey. Mikey.
Okay. iPhone one iPhone 182. I guess they just checked out.
Michaela, you on here?
Yes, I'm on here.
Okay.
Okay, I
That's
was
what's up.
muted for like forever. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, well whoever that was on the iPhone, they just caught out. Great. Y'all can mute y'all mic now. Mikey, you can mute your mic now.
I'm trying to learn how to do this. I don't know how to do it.
I got you. I got you. I'm gonna help you out.
Thank you. Shut me up or something.
There you go. Well. What's good, family? Love, truth, freedom, peace, and justice. Cause we coming. Justice. We coming. You know, like the women in our ancient time, right before the fall of the Civil War and the Trail of Tears in the 1800s. Civil War and the Trail of Tears was in the 1800s. So in the 1700s and beyond and back, we used to have, um, you know, um, women on the land that made laws. So they was like the bays. Um, they was like legislators. I mean, and they had a title. So they would mostly be women, but it wouldn't be always all women. But they made the law, and men was the enforcers. So they was the landlord. Men was the landlord. They was the enforcers of that law. Um, Having law without justice it's like having life without woman and man. The law, the legislative part, symbolized feminine energy because it was created, and that's what feminine energy do. For anybody who don't know, feminine energy is the real natural word of creator, source energy, creator. It's the real creator. All the women who hear, all mamas, all the mamas, the little mamas, the big mamas, the mama mamas, represents creator energy. Y'all are the true essence of creator. The men represents the force or rulership, um, structure, order of creation. And you can't have one without the other one because it would be chaotic. Women, feminine energy can't create, but without order, it'll be shit all over the place. So we must always know our essence and play our role in this collective journey. We also must remember as Aire family, that no matter what we go through, I don't care how many times, if I'm gonna use myself for example, if Supreme get up under somebody's skin and he say some crazy shit that the person who I said it to felt like this nigga don't lost his mind, And then y'all have the right to lash back at me too, because I'm not too big to be chunked back at. But we only
Right.
do so. We only do so in if we feel that we are in righteous standing in what we're debating or going back and forth about. But no matter what, we always must remember that we are not the enemy. We're not going to always agree, but we are not the enemy. So as long as you can resonate that the blood that we're carrying, I don't care what ethnic background you are, you still come from the children of Israel, which are the ancient beings of North America who running up and down on these fucking basketball courts, who on the football field catching fucking passes and shit. The ancient people come from southeastern America. That's the oldest land with life existing on this planet, and it's not Africa. A lot of people don't know that Africa is really the last place that life was on, even though it's been people in Africa for hundreds of thousands of years too, or thousands of years as well. But Southeastern America, which is Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, that part of the land is the oldest civilized part before the Mayans, before the Aztec and the all the other great civilizations. We are the Mayans. We are the Aztec. But it all came from this part of the globe, this part of this nation, southeastern part of the land. That's why they've been finding bones in the last time they found some bones that dated back 14,000 years ago. That's the oldest they found of bones, too, by the way. 14,000 years ago. They found it in the panhandle of Florida. But before that, they found one that dated back to almost 9,000 years. I think it was 8,000 and some change. And that was the oldest. And they found it in South Carolina. Then recently, maybe a year or two ago, they found some bones in this out off the coast of Florida into the ocean, which dated back 14,000 years. And it became the new oldest bones ever found on the fucking planet in today's time. And it's kind of resonate with after the flood because during the epoch, the era before before the flood, all the lands was connected, but people were doing some horrific shit. We was the people. I mean, melanated people was doing some very horrific shit, mixing animal DNA with human DNA, fucking up nature. So nature fucked them over a little bit. Not all of them, but a lot of the land is still underwater. And that's what created continents, meaning that the land is no longer connected everywhere. It's divided. And after the flood, civilization began for the first time in North America. It began in North America. Nobody else was civilized. Civilization means that it was a structure, a learning system, or malls, stores. You know, they was clean. They had soap, deodorant, brushing their teeth, combing their hair, nice clothes. they was wearing. And they had law. They had law. It began in North America first. Until this day, the whole planet is trending behind us. And while everybody else is trending behind what we do, we the reason why the whole planet is stuck on stupid and ignorance. Because we are the leader of the pack of ignorance in North America. We a leader of some other shit too. We leader of intelligent shit as well, you know, in certain realms. But ignorance, oh yeah, we know that shit. Shake your ass, got the whole world shaking their ass. And I ain't gonna lie, I love to see it. So, you know, don't get me started, you know, but people trend off of what we do, is what I'm saying. That the way the women, you know, do the artwork of creativity with their body dancing and shit, that shit didn't start in Africa. Most of these, oh, that shaking stuff, it started with the African bambaa. No, it didn't. It started right here in America, because I ain't never seen nobody shake their ass nowhere. And when I was coming up and I was a young teenager, they weren't shaking their ass nowhere like that. This shit started over here, and then don't took over the fucking planet. One thing we are leading in, as well as, it's more heartless people in America than it is anywhere in the world. And that's sad. We have a lot of people of love in America, but we have more heartless people than any other continent on the planet. Our people who are melanated lead the pack in that shit. I hate to see it. And we're the only people on planet Earth that constantly pull our weapons and try to gun each other down somewhere in America every single fucking day. Oh, 1 second.
It might be 4, 5, 6 people kind of
Hey, handsome. Oh, look at your back. Oh,
I'm almost back, y'all. Just give me one more minute. Okay, I'm back. As I was saying, we're the only people on the planet that constantly, every single day, somewhere in this beautiful land, that consistently attack each other. And yet, we are still here, thriving, living, breathing, and we ain't gone nowhere. Like they say, the one of the great comedians back in the day, one of my favorite, Robert Harris, they got rid of him, but He said, we baby kids. We don't die, we multiply. That's us. But I want to get to our wonderful meeting yesterday. Anybody who missed it, oh man, sorry for you, because I did not record it. I was so heated with myself because I was so excited about the information. I forgot to record. And also, you must know that a lot of this shit is deliberate. So I'm really apologetic, for the continuous breaks and shit. You know, of course, they are on to, you know, what I'm able to do with you guys as a nation that is a baby nation that is more powerful than any group that ever came together before us. And we just getting started. We're just getting started. And in this mission of just getting started, we only in our 14th month. Our nation began December the 1st, 2023. So 2024 was the first year, actually. And in the first year, we started with stocks. The first half of 2024, we walked it down. We established a stock company that distribute 1.5 stock certificates and on Valentine's Day, to be actually correct, on Valentine's Day. And from that, we end up converting over in June to property. Property is because we talked to SEC, the head chief attorney legal department. She was the chief person over the legal department and gave us a lot of good information on what to do. Me, Dwayne, and Kevin, but me and Dwayne was on the phone when we was talking to her, and she took time out of her busy schedule because she said she wanted to see our nation win. And I know the reason why she gave us that. She took time out to talk to us because when she was on the phone with Melanated Brothers, and especially when Supreme got on the phone, because I had Dwayne them to speak to handle our SEC business because I was kind of busy at the time and I wasn't able to do so. And but when they told me I need to talk to her to get a clear understanding, when she heard me, it just ignited some in her, like I need to help them, right? And she said she wanted to see us win. And she just took her time to explain what we need to do. So at that same time, right after that meeting, we realized that, hey, we dealing with property that can be sold, because the First Lady Jessica showed up and told me that people was trying to purchase her property that she had claimed ownership of it for about a year at that time. So she had been in her property after claiming it for about a year, and now she was trying to sell it. So when she came to me and gave me the receipts, that's what brought a lot of y'all here. Because when she gave me the receipt of someone trying to purchase a home, I end up posting it so we can help people. Because when I post stuff like that, it's not to draw people in and say, hey, look, I'm charging $150 if you want to claim your house or woo. And I was talking to one of our actress sisters that's in the city that I'm from, Atlanta, Georgia, today. And she mentioned to me, it's times are hard. You think that I could be able to, create revenue by helping people claim their home. I said, well, why would we charge? Listen, we sell property. We sell property. So claim some property. That's what we need to be focused on, claiming some property and getting rid of that shit. So we end up going on the journey. And by the way, selling property, we got a few properties that's going to be sold. Not even a few. We got about 3 or 4 of them that's going to be sold. And I'm not going to put no dates or no time out there, but it's real soon because, like I said yesterday, my best friend used to say, don't count your eggs before they hatch. He used to always say that shit when we were coming up. So, and I always kept that with me. So now I'm going to start utilizing that because I don't want to ruin anything that the universe got in the making for us. But one thing for sure, as our family, we all will benefit, big or small. It don't even matter. But we will be benefiting every time a family member succeed and make a profit and better their life. Everybody, I don't care who we are, we must think about each other as one. So we will give a portion or a percentage or whatever. We haven't came up with a percentage yet. It won't be nothing like if you sold a house for 500,000, it could be like a 50,000 to the nation. You see what I'm saying? It could be something like that. That would be like 10% or something like that to the nation. When it goes to the nation, it is to be divided amongst our people. I don't care. Keep your mic muted, please. I appreciate you, but when it's time, I need y'all to talk. And I be like, hey, look, anything somebody got they want to say, so just write it down if you feel like you'll forget, because I don't really, the reason why I say that, I don't want to be distracted because I be freestyling this shit off the top of my head and I got a lot of shit I want to say and it might distract me. So when we are one benefit all and all benefit one, meaning that if one get in trouble and we got 100 members and all the members are wealthy, that one ain't got no, that one is not in trouble at all because you got 99 other millionaires that's about to pull up on that shit, and whoever can get it, whoever lined up in the way gonna get smacked like a goddamn cement truck because our nation don't play about their people. So that's what's going on in the family, and we're the first nation to have a stock company. We're the first nation to know. Ever since last night, we're the first nation to know how to pay for all our bills every year. We're the first nation to know how to claim your vehicle and put insurance on it without paying the insurance company. We're the first nation that knows how to discharge debt in a court. We're the first nation to actually know, like a lot of people been putting out things on social media saying, hey, you can remit your through this coupon or the IRS form 1099 and all this shit. And we tried all of that now. And when I say it don't work, this is through experience. So when somebody coming to me trying to convince me of some shit, but I ain't seen nobody produce the receipts that it actually worked yet. Now, if you challenge a debt, I can believe that you got your debt taken care of, because challenging a debt is you can get debts canceled out that way because the corporations are operating through fraud. I know you can get it canceled out through challenging debt, but I'm talking about discharging debt. Ain't nobody showed proof of that shit yet. But ever since last night, yesterday morning, the universe has opened up another portal. So I just want to go back to the stage we was in June. We started claiming property because SEC, we can either pay them $50,000 through a security law firm to get our stocks company up and running, which will make us billionaires, or we can try to figure it out ourselves. And she even told me an alternative route: go get a young lawyer who deal in securities, straight out of school, that's registered with the bar, and let them grow with our nation or our company, our nation as like build a relationship with somebody who's brand new to the game And that would be cheaper than going to get a law firm that charged $50,000. But when I realized that we can sell property and abandoned property can be claimed and all abandoned property is foreclosure property, I said, shit, I think we just found the gold mine. And nobody told me this. And we was in uncharted territory because there is no book on this shit. Ain't no book out there. Ain't nobody wrote no book. It's until Supreme just wrote The Return of Christ, I Am. And the return of Christ, I Am is consciousness, not me. Okay? And I Am represent all of us because you got mother, father, child, and the great I Am. The great I Am is another one of us. Two make one. Two came together to make one, which is the Trinity. So all of us represent I Am, and I Am also represents consciousness, Christ consciousness. So, um, so I chose the route to let's find out how to claim property and sell it. Down the line, we found out that Mark Zuckerberg is doing the same shit, and he's a billionaire. That's crazy. Derek sent me the video last week or some shit. That I'm still shocked behind that shit. A billionaire is doing the same shit that we doing, and Supreme found this shit off of instinct. Nobody told us that we can do it. Even if we would probably get in trouble, we took that risk because in the law books, when you read laws on the shit, it say abandoned property can be claimed, but it don't tell you how to claim it. It just say it can be. And if you research it through Google, it'll tell you the only way you can claim it is through adverse possession. That's a lie. They're gonna get you locked up. So they tricking you. They ain't gonna tell you that you can do quiet titles on that shit. They ain't gonna tell you that you can do a lien, which turns into a mortgage, and it turns into a debt bond. A bond that is debt collection. Because that's how the banks get out. They've been stealing our fucking property through creating a debt that never existed. And since we don't challenge that shit, we end up forfeiting, giving up our right to ownership through non-compliance, not even answering, not even arguing this shit. And most people who show up in court to try to argue, they fall right into the trap and say, well, you know, the bank, I was trying to keep up my payments, and now you admitting that you owe the damn money instead of arguing against they adhesion contract, which is fraud. So we tapped in, we went through the process, and a lot of our members, whoever had hardship, it was because of the era of maybe being in a rush, maybe not following the process all the way through, or maybe being hesitant on their steps, or maybe doing some things that they took a risk on their own. Or sometimes not fully done fully making sure the property was foreclosure. Because she went down there and told me that the recorders of deeds office confirmed that that $4 million house was foreclosure. Come to find out, it never was foreclosure. And it's like, how did you make that many mistakes? So she got in trouble. We helped to get out. And today her fine was to pay the man lawyer fee and to pay for the deed to be recorded back in his name, which is $35 or $27 or some shit for the deed, and his lawyer fees were probably a couple of $1,000s. Now he took her through all that shit for some bullshit because all he had to do was tell her to record the deed back over in his name. He didn't even have to go to court with his stupid ass. And he better be glad it's her, because I would have came after his dumb ass if it was me. I came after your ass because I came to you willingly to give your property back, and I told you it was a mistake. Since you took it criminal, I'm gonna blister your ass. I'm gonna lean the shit out of you for hardship, motherfucker. Because you didn't even have to take this route. I gave you the easy route. You took the hard route. So I'm not gonna pay because I'm gonna sue you back. But luckily for him, he got hurt. And, she just wanted to do the right thing because, she's scared to mess out herself. So through property, we end up learning how to be free. People like myself, that's what I was after from the very beginning. I had some tyrannical, how all of us know how bad not our, but this fucking corporation called United States is, and all these state counties they're corrupt. We got some bad motherfucking corruption in the city of Atlanta. I'm talking about sheriff murdering motherfuckers and get right back out of jail like he ain't murdered no motherfucking body. And as of yesterday, we know why. Because, as long as the family is willing to settle, then they can work out the rest and he don't become a ward of the state. You become a ward of the state when you can't pay or the family wish to press the charges. Especially if it's murder, you got to go to jail if it's murder unless the family see otherwise and y'all work something out, especially you're a government official. And also they are Mason brothers and they look out for each other. They're not going to lock a sheriff up because that's my brother. Well, it's a new day coming. So through property, we learn how to be free, which means we learn how to make public officials pay. We know how to collect. And it's so official. When they locked Dunn up, I went after the judge. I went after the sheriff in North Carolina. 2 days after I did that, they released her. It's so prominent that it happened because of that, because when they first arrested her and she turned herself in, they gave her a $50,000 bond. She went to court a day or two. No, the next day, they gave her a $150,000 bond. She went to court another week after that. They gave her a $225,000 bond. And then Supreme and Jessica linked every motherfucking body and their mama. 2 days after that, they said, you can get out. You don't got to pay no money. That let you know something had to happen. And then an SUV pulled up at our P.O. box in New Jersey right after we submitted that paperwork to the courts. Right after that, I start attacking the people that attacked me years ago. If what we do to collect from public officials is illegal, because you can get in trouble if you abuse your UCC filing. You can get in trouble. But if you in right standing, ain't shit they can do. I attacked the secretary. I went after the governor. I went after the commissioners, both of them, and I went after the attorney general and my judge, the judge that attacked me, and they can't do shit about it but capitulate. So that let everybody know that this shit is real. We can make public officials our servants for real, and the heirs are the only ones that's doing that, and we free ourselves that way. Now we know how to protect ourselves when it's time to go to court for anything, because basically making them pay is not the only way to discharge. You can't even discharge debt by making them pay. So now we know how to discharge a court debt. We know how to claim our title to our cars. We know how to pay our utility bills through insurance. Insurance is surety bonds. So that's what we're doing now, and that's where we at. And those are the stages of our nation in 2024. Our first year, we accomplished a hell of a lot. And now it's time to get paid. We're gonna take money from the property. We're gonna pay the $50,000 this year to the security law firm, the professionals, to get us cleared with SEC. Once we're cleared with SEC, any paper document that we put our nation name on will be credited by the SEC. We got real securities. We got our own securities We don't need no social security cards anymore. We don't need no funding. Government funding is basically stocks. Anytime somebody say, oh, I'm getting funding, you're getting stocks. They just call it something different. And stocks is everything. Stocks is land. Stocks is gold. Stocks is silver. Stocks is dollars. Stocks is tobacco, oil, any type of mineral. Stocks can turn into anything you want it to be. And stocks are also companies. There will be no Walmart without stocks. There will be no Amazon without stocks. There will be no banks. Banks couldn't even open without stocks. And they call those who invest stocks into things, whatever it may be, they call them private investors. And another name they call them angel investors. That is us. So we will have our stock company up and running. And like I said, we distribute $1.5 million stocks per stock certificate. So we're going to be flooding the bank with stock certificates. And once the bank get them, SEC going to clear them because we regulation ready. And we're going to be putting funding behind our companies, independent companies, whatever we want to do. I don't care what it is you love to do. Whatever it is you love to do, you're going to be funded for it. That means you don't have to worry about earning no money. We all nonprofit. You will already be funded and paid every year without earning a dollar. So it don't matter if you make money or not. The companies that we do have, all of us individually, will be nonprofit, and it will be as a service to humanity. Even when we charge, like if you don't have to, nonprofit don't mean that you cannot sell things, because Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all the motherfuckers are nonprofit. They receive securities through SEC to have Tesla, to have Gucci and all of that shit, and they still sell it. Because if you sell product and you're a nonprofit, it's legal, it's lawful, as long as you use the money that you sold the product for to continue to fund the business of your nonprofit. Then it's lawful to charge, even though you are a nonprofit. Nonprofit meaning you don't have to earn no money. You can earn money and then you don't have to. You can give the shit away, you donate, all of that. So when we are nonprofits, you have to do charitable at least 2 times a year for the community. So we'll come together and we'll do shit like that. We probably have an Aire event two times out the year, and that means all the Aire members come with whatever product that that your company offer. It can be a service that you offer, or it can be product. And you will be there charitable at the event, doing stuff for the people, charitable, and we will be raising money. So it's a fundraiser and it's a charitable event. So it's both in the same. People can donate and people will receive stuff for free. And as long as we put that on record with SEC, they're going to continue to give us funding, which is stocks. They're going to continue to give it to us. Eventually, every member in our nation will have their own stock company. We're going to do that ASAP. We're not going to just be using our nation, even though we can. One CIK can take care of a whole planet. So it don't take all of that, but we're going to do more than one CIK, because if somebody tried to put sanctions against our wonderful stock company through Air Nation, we got many more stock companies. You will never be able to stop us. It's going to make it very sad for the billionaire crew that's been at the top for a very long time, and it's been lonely at the top until the Air showed up, because we finna flood that bitch with billionaires. With that being said, Thank all of y'all. Hey, Nina, I see Nina in the building. I'm glad to see you because I've been watching LA. They've been burning shit down, trying to get the insurance money on it and trying to get people out of their shit who don't got insurance and kill people. People crazy. They doing all this shit on purpose.
Hey, what's
And
up?
also,
Yeah, I had to evacuate my place,
yeah,
but I'm back.
for sure. And they say TikTok's supposed to go down tonight. We'll see. In case, I created an account on Fanbase. It's Supreme Ashe, all one word. You know, and then we'll go down and any other platform that shows up, then I'll let y'all know. But if TikTok go down, then hey, it is what it is. And I know why they want to take TikTok down, because shit like what we doing right here, and there's nobody on TikTok doing the shit that we doing. I don't care what nobody talking about. I don't give a fuck what any of them talking about. Oh, I
Hey,
can help you
Supreme.
do this.
Sorry, you know you can get a VPN though. It's only for the United States. They're shutting it down. If you get a VPN, you could still have TikTok. Just a little, FYI.
Okay, well we'll talk
Yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know, it's just they want to shut it down because of what we're doing. I promise you. All them other content creators, they really not afraid of them because if they can really start arresting a lot of people for the shit them content creators be telling people to do, because they're mixing the public with the private. They don't even know what really public and private really is. You're mixing it. You cannot control something that is owned by the United States and try to use it as a fucking credit card. It's not created for that. It's created to take care of you as you are the minor of the United States. They your daddy. So they gave everybody a social security card to take care of them. That's what they told SEC. Like if and one of our members or our citizens show up and need a house or something, you give them the credit for it. But yet they took that same shit and enslaved us all through adhesion contracts, tricking us that, oh, you thought it was a credit. No, you got to pay that credit back. You see, that's the fraud. So you cannot treat that Social Security card, even though it's unlimited wealth, you cannot treat it like it's a bank account. But what you can do, you can go create some debt and discharge it. That's how you get full faith and credit. You create the debt and discharge it. Last night, we just learned how to discharge it. You must be insured. That's just like being in a car wreck and you don't have no insurance. Your ass in trouble because you finna become a ward of the state. Because you have to pay for them folks' shit. Especially if you cause them harm, bodily harm too. You cause them bodily harm, you finna have to pay for them folks' shit. When you got insurance, you don't have that worry. It's already full faith and credit. It's paid for. Especially depending on your policy, shit, you might have, a policy that really offer a lot. So they're gonna be straight. Their hospital bills been paid for, such and such, and you gave them a little money for their pain and suffering. So you don't have to worry about going to jail. It's the same way with your debt in society. You gotta be insured to have credit. The insurance companies, well, surety companies are set in place for us to have that credit. Government officials have been using this the whole time. When you go to court and you show up and you're not insured, you're the only one in that administrative meeting that's not insured. So you are the only one, and you're the one that's liable. The principal is liable. At least they say you are. So you don't got no insurance, you're finna go to jail because you're a ward of the state. And how do they take you to jail? They create a guardianship bond, which makes them your daddy. That state, your daddy. And they take you into their custody because they say you need a place to stay. You homeless and you can't think for yourself, so shut up. Don't you say nothing in here. You open your mouth one more time, I'm gonna throw your ass in the slammer. And then they give you counsel, which is your lawyer, and that's your counselor, like you're a mental health patient. So your lawyer is only there to evaluate your mental health, your mental. I talked to him. She's very compliant, and she's really sorry, Your Honor. He's there pleading, begging for mercy because you're an idiot. And this is how they've been treating us. So people wonder why they talk to us any kind of way, because we playing the role of an idiot, which is a ward. And they give you a job and they call you a trustee because you're going to work off your debt to society while you're in our custody. It's crazy. We're no more, because we don't touch down in so many different levels of knowledge. Thanks to the universe, I give all credit to the mother, father of all that exists throughout the cosmos, guiding, and our ancestors, high self, lower self, guardian angels, all and above. I give credit to that. And I'm thankful that they bless me to be able to give y'all pure guidance to the best of my ability, because a lot of this shit I was telling y'all to do, I ain't have no damn clue. The only reason why I had a clue is because I'm very consistent of finding the truth. So I was just telling y'all what to do on what I thought what was best, not because I knew for a fact. And it just lined up with it happened to be the truth. So I give the credit to the universe on that. So, and we ain't done. We just getting started. So I thank y'all for actually taking the journey with me. We on a spaceship. Every time we come to these meetings, even when we start meeting in person in society, it's like we all together in a spaceship. And the planet Earth is that spaceship. But we come to meet in a room that most people are not allowed to meet. And those who are became family. The people who are not allowed is the people who are not with us. So if anybody come in our family and think that they come in to spy and get information and take it somewhere else, they just line themselves up for a cement truck to smack the shit out of them, because it's gonna happen to them. I don't have to do it. Nobody in the family have to do it. The universe gonna do it to them if we don't. But I don't. Oh, most definitely, Supreme gonna make sure it happen, because this shit ain't for us to create oppositions. It's for us to come together and be for the people. We are for the people. Our nation is a nation that know all the secrets, and we are for the people. Nobody is better than nobody. We're all equal. We're all equal. Even the president is equal to everyone. Nobody is above no one. Anybody who take a public office, you are only to serve your people and be the voice, if you're the president, to be the voice of your people, not yourself. And that's how we get down, and that's how it's going to always be. And it should never, ever change, period. So if anybody got any questions from last night, or any questions from what you're doing in your process or something like that, now it's time to ask me questions. Or if anybody got something you want to say, you can just get it out right now.
Hey, Supreme, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
I just got my new lease for my place. Do you think I should file the UCC first, or should I even explain to them anything, or just go ahead and?
Well, I think you can take a different route now that we know how to get full faith and credit and discharge matters, instead of just battling with people in court situations over apartment. I would say if it's a house, yeah, take that motherfucker. But if it's an apartment, I would say go get your surety bond and submit that to them, with the dollar amount. Find out the maximum dollar amount per year with that place, that lease agreement. Every month that you pay, add it up for 12 months. Whatever that amount is, go get a bond for that amount and turn that into the lease office. You straight. And you will only have to pay the premium. For example, if your lease agreement total up to $60,000 a year, right? You would go get a bond for $63,000 a year, a little bit over. And that will be if it's 2%, then that would be like $1,200, $1,260, right? So, you can take that bond to them for $1,260 and it will cover your lease rental agreement for the whole year. And every year you just do the same thing. This is how you
Does
get
it?
full faith
Okay.
and credit.
Just any surety bond, like any company will do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can look up a surety company. I got one. I got somebody named Tina that reached out to me, and I ain't saying we just gotta use her, but hey, she sound pretty reasonable to me. She sound pretty she was excited. I told her we finna get mini buns. She was like, "Oh, really?" And so basically, she was excited though, because they're not used to hearing people talk like what we're talking about. Because everybody in America is in zombie land. They sleep. They don't know. They don't know shit. They go get your coupons and we gonna remit this bill. We gonna get it paid. They don't know what the fuck they doing. So ain't nobody getting no surety bonds paying their motherfucking bills. Not many. Not many. It's some people doing it, but they are the few. Like the ones like judges and shit like that might be doing it because they know all about the bun shit. That's why they put my ass or anybody ass under a guardianship bond because that's how the courts work. In order for them to lock you up, they can't do it without a guardianship bond. See?
Well, let me ask you something, because the guardianship, okay, because I have conservatorship over my estate. So guardianship is just an EIN. You can get that too.
No.
No? Is that the same?
Guardianship is somebody playing your daddy.
Right, but if you have guardianship over you,
How you gonna have that?
well,
You
because
cannot.
you're all cap person, the capital,
Okay,
the
well,
legal name.
Nina, we'll pick this up another
Oh,
time.
okay, all right,
Because
sorry.
we ain't finna I'm not finna school you right now in front of
No, I
everybody.
don't want you to. I just want to talk about the lease.
Yeah,
Not to take it away from. All right,
yeah,
I got it. Thank you.
yeah. So, the court's been playing the ward game. The ward game is them doing bonds and shit, insuring themselves and putting you under their custody. They cannot take you into custody without creating a guardianship bond. This ain't some I'm guessing. I read this shit in the codification laws, statutes of Georgia when they first stole the land from indigenous people in Georgia. Oh, it wasn't called Georgia, it was called um, Choctaw land and New Ishita was the city. Choctaw was the land and New Ishita was the city. And when they stole the fucking land, they wrote their laws under the crown. And these are the laws they still live by. The game they've been playing, nobody knew the game. We do. Because when Supreme see shit, I decode it and break that shit down like nobody ever. My brain comprehend on a high level. So when you read the shit, it ain't gonna break down like when I read it. That's a fact. I challenge anybody that shit. We can read the same book. When I come back, I'm gonna be telling you all type of shit. You can be like, wow, yeah. So that's a gift that I always had. They fucked up when they got me on freedom because I was on business and trying to take care of my family and be successful like everybody else and be a taxpayer. But when they attacked me, they got me on freedom. That was their problem. They fucked up. And I told everybody in 2023 on TikTok that I would get us here to the promised land. And that's when I ain't even know how the fuck I was gonna do it. But one thing I know for sure is when I set my mind to do something, somebody is in trouble. If there is a way, I'm gonna find it. If it is such thing that exists, we gonna know. Especially if I'm on it. My family already know this shit. So when In the future, when people be around my daughter, when people be around my mom, my father, when people be around my brother, my my best friend who like my brother, people that know me, they're gonna say, I'm not surprised. I'm telling you. Even my school teacher gonna say, I already knew he was gonna be something permanent, even when he was in my damn class. The boy, just something different about him. So to the people who know me, this is not surprising. But to a lot of the family members that are really my family right now, which is Aire Nation is my family. I don't care who my blood. They my blood family, but they might not be around me every day because some of us don't operate on the same frequency. But my real family today is Aire Nation. They more closer to me than blood. Now I got blood in here, like my brother, Smooth, call him Mango. I got my father in here. Sometimes my best friends show up. Sometimes my son show up. But they family to me because they Aire too, and not just blood. Anybody who my blood, if they ain't Aire, they my family, but they ain't family like that. Like they ain't with me every day. I kick it with any one of these members any given day because this is my real family right here. We created our own family. We created our own tribe. We created our own nation, and that's a fact. And we only getting stronger. And thinking taking down TikTok gonna change it? Shit. Can't that stop us now. We're gonna continue to grow. Especially money gonna change everything. Anybody else got any questions or anything they want to say?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When we are doing the lean and deep process, okay, so I was on our Air Nation, on the web, getting the
We
files.
blessed. Yeah,
We
we blessed.
blessed. Okay,
Uh-huh.
yes, and there's one for warranty and
Quick claim.
quick claim. Which one of those do we file with our lien for the house?
Okay. The quick claim is for when the chain of title is finna be broken, meaning that uh, some of the recorders of deeds, depending on what state you're in, they won't let you record a warranty deed. So if they don't, then you can take them a quick claim deed because they might tell you, oh, we need the previous deed holder name on the deed in order for us to record this. Previous deed holder could be whoever was on there before your name. So you can take a quick claim deed in if your state allow quick claims. So you got to study the deed laws in your state as well, because every state is different. But most states do allow these documents to be recorded. Majority of them do. So if they give you a problem about that, you take your quick claim in, and the quick claim is where the chain of title has been broken. That means that you don't need the previous deed holder and you still want to record. That means the chain has been broken. The chain is like a link, a chain link, meaning that the current owner handed it to you. You are the current owner now, and you hand it to somebody else when you're ready to sell. And then when they ready to sell, they hand it to somebody. That's the chain of title. When you break it, is when somebody's saying this property is abandoned. We don't even know where the damn previous owner is at. So I want to record because I got an interest in this property, and you're gonna do it through a quick claim deed. Now, the quick claim deed also do not insure the buyer. Whoever buy a property through a quick claim deed, they are liable if the previous owner shows up and say, "Hey, how the hell you get my property? I'm the owner. I was just out of the country, you see, and I just came back. I was gone for like 3 years, and now I'm back." Then you would lose the money that you purchased the property with, and you will lose the property if you got your property through a quick claim. If you do it through a warranty, that is a warranty that it guarantees that you will not lose that property if the previous owner show up. Now it makes the seller liable. So the seller will have to clear that debt because that person basically coming back for their property, they're going to get their property back. So the buyer would be lost of whatever amount of dollars, maybe $500,000 that he purchased the property with. This now the seller has to give them that $500,000 back because they lost the property to the original owner, if that was the case. So the warranty deed is a warranty for the buyer. I don't know if y'all followed me on that. The warranty deed is a warranty for the buyer, saying that if anything happened to where I had to lose this property, then you are guaranteeing me that you will be liable and you will cover that for me, meaning give me my damn money back. So it's a warranty. Like you get a warranty on a car, warranty on your phone, stuff like that. Any
Okay.
other questions? Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Right.
I just wanted to give my deepest and sincerest apologies to everybody in the family tonight. And Emperor, my humblest apologies to you. I was not trying to cut you off. And I like the way you answered that with such compassion and love, because everybody don't know my story, but you do. And so I am sitting there trying to stay conscious while there's literally someone right next to me with a drill killing me right this second.
Wow.
But he's working on the fight. So I am trying to also keep up with the meeting. I don't want to miss it just because of my surrounding going on. So thank you for your answer, and to the whole entire Air family. I am not trying to interrupt him when I do that. I'm trying to stay engaged, because if you know anything about epilepsy, if you have a seizure, you end up going to sleep. So a lot of time during the meeting, I end up falling asleep because I might have had one while he was speaking, and I miss out on a lot of stuff. I'm not where everybody else is, y'all doing all y'all, purchasing all that stuff. I'm still trying to understand it. And so the emperor is so kind that he did not cut me out of this group because I am in my condition. He's allowing me to take my time to understand it and trying to break it down as easy as possible for people like myself that are still without no excuse. I want to be one of the success stories that's on the website,
And
because
you
I
will
know
be.
when you see it, I want y'all to know that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And Emperor has been so kind to let me continue on the journey. So I just want y'all to know how thankful I am that you guys are putting up with me. I know sometimes when I say something or ask a question, people might not understand it. I'm not trying to interrupt. I am not retarded or anything like that. Although I have heard things from the family which hurt me, because to assume that somebody is retarded because of the way they sound is awful, and it hurts, especially when it's coming from your family member. And so, Emperor, I just thank you for never treating me like that. Not one time have you ever, when I call you like this, or and I'm not talking this clearly, have you ever took me and said, go away, or I don't want to talk to you right now? You say, and you break it down, you try to give it to me the best way you can until I understand it. You'll take your time, actually talk to me. And so to everybody that I may have uh, put some type of irritation in you tonight, I apologize from the sincerest part of my heart. And I'm just glad that y'all are letting me be a part of this, because like I said, I can't wait for the day that I can screenshot that I wanted the success stories on the wall, because it really will be a success story, because they told me I should be dead by now. So me being able to do this and be in the position that I'm at, I'm all heart right now. And that's why I identify with him for so much, because he comes straight from his heart every single night. And if you guys try to deny that, even when he's chastising, like he did tonight, he used his words very carefully to check me, because he understood. He said, if you might think you might forget, which means that he knows I have a short-term memory problem. He
Oh, I
used his
didn't.
words very consciously.
Yeah.
And that was
Well,
so.
I appreciate you guys. I didn't even know it was you. I didn't know who it was
Did.
because
It don't matter. It was the way you
yeah,
did it, and it
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
wow. I
yeah.
don't know if y'all know how great he is, but he really is like this all the time. And he leads with love. And if you didn't know, now you do, because you actually know that somebody that has epilepsy is a part of the nation, And I'm gonna be right on those success stories with all y'all. So I don't want no pity or anything like that. I just want you guys to know that I'm gonna get there and we all gonna celebrate together, no matter what our conditions.
Absolutely.
So that when Emperor opened up those healing centers, I'd be one of the first ones to go in. Amen. Or I say.
Absolutely.
So I
Ashe.
just thank y'all for putting up with me, and I'm sorry if I put any irritation into anyone tonight. I wasn't trying to do that. Just trying to
You good.
celebrate.
Yeah, you good, Goddess. You good. We got the utmost unconditional love for you, and everybody in the family is on that same frequency. So, it's nothing but love. That's what we continue to push when it comes to us as a family. It's all love, because love will overrule and conquer all. I promise. It's gonna conquer this whole planet. Um, so let's Jay, you had something you wanted to ask?
No, I just got something I wanted to say. I
Okay.
mean, much gratitude to everything that's going on, and I want to send my love out to the sister who just spoke, because
Hmm.
I mean, she got to understand the energy and vibration in here is going to be enough to heal her. You know, we
Yeah.
become one under the Air Nation, and
Yeah.
everything that's taught and everything that's given is law. Law governs
Hmm.
all events. I was
Absolutely.
I was rotating with a group, and they wasn't setting. I was with them for almost 2, maybe close to 3 years, and I was getting information, but I wasn't getting the energy. You started me off with getting something that freed me from the beginning with the 9-8 number, and just the communication and the vibration that you and I have had just one on one, and then just attending the meetings, because I've been a part for close to 2 creations now. So I'm thankful and grateful, and prayerfully everybody will keep on holding on to what we're doing, because the law governs all events, no matter what we do and how we do it.
Hmm.
It's gonna grow because of the way it's coming. And
Hmm.
trust me, not speaking on anybody that's a part of the air right now, but everybody ain't gonna be able to go because they're not gonna be able to accept it. You know,
Absolutely.
and I'm thankful that you're out there doing what you're doing, because you're doing a lot of stuff that we can't possibly do, we can't fathom to do. And you appointed the first lady who's there right by your side, they can assist. Man, I'm grateful that we made the connection, we made the talk, because the energy and vibration has been something that I need. I'm a father and a grandfather. I'm in Texas. Like I told you, I got part of my tribe is in Atlanta, so I will see you soon, and I
Absolutely.
appreciate that, because you being a part of something to where you got members or leaders that's unreachable. That shouldn't be. We should
Yeah.
be able to reach someone who's supposed to be the leader, the president, or
Yeah.
whatever we have. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be
Yeah.
able to reach them and contact them, because you know we're gonna be under attack no matter what. But the way the energy is, we got this. I want
Absolutely,
you to
bro.
know I'm in full support. And trust me, I'm going to have a growing tribe in Texas that's going to be a part of the Air Nation stuff. So hey,
Yeah.
just
Exactly.
lift them up for me, and I'm going to lift them up for you all as well, wherever you at, Atlanta, New Jersey, California,
Absolutely.
Texas,
Absolutely.
Louisiana, Chicago, no matter what.
All
Because
that.
it's a whole lot that ain't going to go, but we going, and we growing.
Absolutely.
So as the
Absolutely.
bud grows, to show the flowers. So I'm grateful.
Hey, it's most definitely is an honor. And one of the actresses, when I spoke to her, she was so honored when she seen that one of our Moore brother, what I'm saying, joined the family as well. So it most definitely is an honor to have your energy to collaborate with the energy of the rest of the family, because what we was lacking most of all is our brothers who are too prideful or egotistic to come and say, hey, I think I can probably learn something from this brother. And I don't put myself over nobody. That's why from day one, before we even created the nation, up until today, I always made myself accessible to talk to anybody. Anybody. I don't care if they just came today or they want to come tomorrow. Anybody. And it will always be that way. Because like you say, how can you lead people when you don't know the people? You see what I'm saying? I'm just like every last one of y'all. So, and if I do have the knowledge, then I make myself accessible so I can make sure that you in the right path that you need to be in so you are protected. Because the worst thing can happen is you out there on your own and making bad choices, because in this realm, you make a bad choice, they can bring it against you. You see what I'm saying? But by having the right direction and pattern, now you doing the right thing, and we ain't got nothing but success stories at that point, and that's why I make myself accessible. So anytime somebody, when I do got time, we chop it up. And as the family grow though, it might be where we just have to get it all out in meetings, and we set people in places like, in every state we got people who already learned just like I am, to where they don't have to talk to me as we grow and we become hundreds and thousands and possibly millions of us. You see what I'm saying? So we gonna structure as we go, but most definitely, bro, it's a blessing to have you a part of the brotherhood of the airmen, with strength, because you signify that. Period. Your avatar and your energy, your celestial side. So appreciate you for coming and reaching out to me just out the gate.
No doubt. I'm grateful. I'm grateful and appreciate the queens and emphasis that's your part. You know,
Absolutely.
I know what direction is going in. I can see the direction is going on. And so sorry that you didn't record last night's meeting, but
I'm
I got a
telling you.
little information and notes that I wrote down. So hey, you
Oh,
know, the
we gonna
mind
do it
is
again.
made to receive.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do it again.
Absolutely.
The knowledge ain't going nowhere. I just wish I
No.
would have recorded that historical moment, because it caught everybody by surprise. Nobody was ready for that last night, but probably Wednesday we'll go back over all that stuff again. I could have did it tonight, but I just freestyled and just started speaking.
Hold
But
on.
probably Wednesday we'll go back over that same knowledge again,
It's gonna be great. It's gonna
for
be great.
sure.
I'm excited.
Yeah, well, we'll go back over it again. Um, is there anybody else that got something they want to ask or say real quick before we get out of here?
Yeah, real quick. Are we going to use your lady for the oh my gosh, the surety bond?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Tina, and anybody who needs Tina number for the surety bond, should they do it nationwide? I'll send you the number. And also, our nation got the bank account for the nation up too. And it's in the private, which means that it cannot be taxed and all of that with the Bank of America, and that is a safe haven for anybody when you want to move some money and you want to just not put yourself under the radar. Our nation got a safe hub when it comes to our money, and it cannot be touched by nobody, not the IRS, not the FBI. Nobody can fuck with it. And also, it's connected to the stock company. So eventually in the future, everybody's going to get them a bank account with Bank of America anyway, because that's where we're going to be distributing the stocks from, through Bank of America.
So I already have one with Bank of America. So
That's good.
we move to the private. How does that work?
Well, now our nation bank account is in the private, because it's a governance, it's a charitable account that help raise money or funding for the people. That's what it say in our bank account. We raise money for the people. Who are the people? Our nation members, our nation people. And it's a lot of things. I think I went over it yesterday. The bank account is it's a trust, estate, fiduciary account. Um, it's a lot of things. I'm probably gonna write the stuff down, but it's totally in the private. It's unincorporated, unincorporated. So it's not even a corporation, but it is a corporation, and it's nonprofit, and it raises money and funding for the people. So it's a service to the people through trust, estate, and fiduciary. So, when somebody want to claim some property if it's abandoned, and you don't want to put yourself out there, because let me tell you something: if you claim some property in your name, we got people that did it and they don't have no issues. But if it was some issues that came about, if Dunn made, like, say when Dunn did that, she made a bad decision by claiming that man property that was worth $4 million and it wasn't foreclosure and the man got mad. Well, if she would have did it under Air Nation, they couldn't even came and arrested her. They got to come after the nation. And how you gonna come after the nation? You see what I'm saying? The only thing you can do is go after the nation saying that they claimed your property, but you can't really pinpoint who you want to arrest. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no such thing. It's the nation did it to you. So it's just a safe haven, really, you know. And the nation is going to be bonded itself. You know, once we get rid of some of this property, we got a contract on one of the properties, and it will be closing pretty soon. We're gonna bund Air Nation. Not only will we be paying for the securities through SEC so the stock company can get up, but we're gonna bund our company. So the members of Air Nation is bunded. You know, we're gonna have enforcers in every state being paid hourly wages to keep us safe. So our young men who are out here gang banging and shooting at each other, once they wake up, we're gonna offer them jobs, $13, $15 an hour, just to bust their gun for some motherfuckers who try to cause harm to the nation. And they gonna love that. So we making a difference. We changing lives. The ones who couldn't get a job, they gonna have a job. The ones who coming home from prison want to do the right thing, we're gonna give you a job. Protect your people. Don't be doing it recklessly. You doing it righteously. So that's a lot of shit finna be going on. I'm telling you, 3, 4, 5 years from now, we're gonna look back and say we did that as we continue to grow. We did that. It took all of us to do this, not one. Some people wanted to target the VP, the Empress Keisha, how she become the Empress and what she do to deserve that. Well, if you really knew what she did, you would tip your hat to her. Somebody who come out of the blue, out of nowhere, and willing to stand front line in the line of fire and not even blink about the mission. Filing paperwork to help the Emperor out. Under the gun when people showing up at her house trying to attack her, acting like they want to kill her, and never even thought anything about, you know, giving in, getting scared, being afraid, even though she don't have what many of us have, family, to have her back if she's not there for her children. But she believe in divine essence and divine purpose, meaning that whatever's for her, can't nobody stop it. If it was meant for her to leave, can't nobody stop that. And if it's not, then can't nobody stop her. So when you got that type of mindset, that's what Air Nation need as leadership. And what I want to encourage my sisters to do is, I know that y'all are more emotional than us men. We are emotional, but we're not driven by emotion. Our feminine energy is. So if you are, when you're being put in leadership position for your people, then you have to master your emotions. Just because you think it's a feminine energy that's been elected to be in leadership, don't think because it's because of her cute looks or her physique or her, or anything sexual. You see, if you make a judgment like that, that's just poor judgment of somebody who's driven by their emotions. Trust me, the Emperor is way smarter than that stupid shit. I don't give a fuck how good somebody look. You would never be put in position of leadership because of earthly fucking things that we think about. Only because you qualify. That's it. We need real steppers, real leaders who are not afraid to be in the line of fire to lead if leadership is called upon. We need trustworthy people, because if you're with the nation, financial bank of the nation that we, got a holding company that hold the funding of the whole nation, and you think it's for your own personal use, you're gonna line yourself up for a motherfucking cement truck to smack the shit out you. And that's just how it is, because that's treasoning, and you're damaging a lot of people for generations. Fuck today. You're damaging generations of people if you think that money was in that account because you're over it. Not this ain't for Keisha. I'm talking about this is for anybody who untrustworthy and you're put in leadership position. You got to know it's beyond yourself. It's bigger than you. Like the hood always say when they seen the New Jack City movie, this shit bigger than Nino Brown. This shit ain't about me, you, and it's about the planet. Because if we don't create a new nation, we're all dead. The only nation that everybody claiming to be a part of in this land right now, called America, is the United States. They got the United States as their daddy. No one has created a legitimate nation that's on the same level as the United States. But our nation is. This ain't just a name we came up with and we all claiming it. It's on the records. It's established through Delaware with sovereignty. We register with SEC, just like state of Georgia, Texas, the United States federal government, because that's where they're getting their securities from. And we getting the same security. So what I'm saying is we don't need government funding. We are government funding. We're our nation government funding. We will be funding healing centers like Infinite Blue, she was saying. We will be funding our enforcers to keep us safe. And we will be funding agriculture, waste management, cities. We're going to be building our own cities because we got our own funding. So we a real nation. This shit ain't no name somebody came up with like Crips and Bloods. We're established for real. And we are able to set up with municipalities to have court and transporters. If you broke the law and our nation wants your ass to come to court, you ain't going to state of Georgia court, you coming to our nation court. For anybody outside of our nation that violate us, they will have to come to our courts. I don't see none of us going to court because we all operate in love. When I say that, I'm not talking about us. If somebody in the family violate one of the family members, that shit would be highly disappointing and very surprising because I don't see that shit happening. We the real truth. We all are loving beings and we're not the enemy. We're family. Anybody violate us, their ass gonna be coming to our court. Anybody violate us, their ass gonna get smacked. For real. You can come willingly or unwillingly. It don't even matter. We're gonna have court on your ass and we on their ass, and we're gonna carry out our own law because we are an independent nation, separate from the United States, and we're the first. I don't know now another one on this land. Our nation is a real governance for real. Anybody else before we get out of here? That's what's up. So peace, love, life, liberty, freedom, justice, all that beautiful stuff.
Peace and love.
Yeah, and we
Thank
will
you.
be meeting
Thank
again
you.
Wednesday, y'all. Wednesday.
Okay.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Love.
Thank you so
Night.
much.
Thank you.
Later.
Peace and love.
Thank
Love you,
Talk to you
family.
later. See you.
Love your family.
Perfect
Peace
peace.
and love, man. Peace and love, family.
See y'all later.